A small but vocal group gathered on Pacific Avenue for the annual March to End Homelessness, calling on city and county leaders to hear what they have to say.
Our chants were things like stop the sweeps, stop the sweeps, stop the terror on the streets.
Keith McHenry, co-founder of Food Not Bombs, explained that they had 3 demands: to reopen daytime services at Housing Matters, audit how homeless funding is being spent, and the biggest topic was a push to end the twice-weekly sweeps.
I've lost all my belongings in 13 different sweeps where the police came and took everything.
We have to replace those tents and sleeping bags and tarps often, and it's costing Food Not Bombs between $500 to $1,000 a month to handle the crisis of those people living on the street.
Another big topic was Santa Cruz nonprofit Housing Matters shutting down its day services, which used to provide access to showers and mail. They say they're shifting their focus to permanent housing rather than drop-in services.
The shelter being taken from us was a huge blow, but it's okay. Like we'll rebound from it.
They've disrupted mail service, showers, and all these things, which are adversely affecting the homeless.
In previous years, nonprofits like Housing Matters have helped sponsor the march, with reports estimating a 2023 budget of over $50,000. This year, Food Not Bombs says they put it together for under $300, highlighting a different approach and raising questions about how funding is used.
Millions of dollars comes into Santa Cruz County to help the homeless, but we're not seeing millions of dollars of services for the homeless.
And there's people dying because they don't have a house. They can't keep their stuff safe. They can't keep their family and their children safe.
Nonprofits like Housing Matters say that funding is usually tied to specific programs, and often that gap makes it feel like the money isn't reaching the people. Now, we reached out to Santa Cruz Mayor Fred Keeley for a response. We have not heard back yet. Live in Santa Cruz, I'm Michael Rosales, KSBW, Action News 8.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Michael.
Great. So if you feel comfortable, do you feel comfortable giving us your first and last name?
Troy Mason.
Troy Mason. That's easy to spell.
Yes.
Alrighty. So for context, the March to End Homelessness was happened today. Just moments ago, you were a part of that.
Yes.
So let's talk about the 3 demands. The sweeps, open, day services, and an audit at the center. So how do sweeps personally affect you and the people out here?
Personally, I've lived here for 7.5 years, and I've lost my fiance after 2.5 years, and I've lost all my belongings in 13 different sweeps where the police came and took everything while I was either at work or distracted somehow, and I wasn't able to remove my things or belongings, and sometimes they just took it without even notifying. So I come home and my camp is gone.
Everything, so all your belongings.
They have a statute of limitations in the city so that they can't get harmed. In fact, the city representative at my hearing to sue for my losses told the judge what to do, which is illegal as hell. They're so used to corruption and so used to getting away with whatever they want that they do whatever they want, and they don't have no one that is going to hold consequences to them. It's really sad.
And now what about the services? So
sweeps are killing people because you lose all your bedding, all your food, all your even family heirlooms, things that can't be replaced, and it's like they don't give a crap.
Shelter.
Yeah, and shelter is a human need. It's like you don't go around busting up bird nests or filling in foxholes. We need a place to stay, a place to live, a place to thrive. If humankind is so intelligent, then why aren't we taking care of our own? If we're so advanced, then why aren't we there shouldn't be poverty. Everybody should have what they need to reach their full potential in life.
And I hear that day services are closing.
Showers, laundry services, even meals. They don't even serve meals to the homeless people anymore out there. They only serve to people that are they got their names so they can get that money from Uncle Sam and give it to them. And they even use the names of the people they don't feed to say that they do feed them and house them.
And how many people would you say? I mean, obviously that's hard to say, but how many people depend on, that center? Housing Matters.
I'd say at least 800, and it fluctuates to 1,500 sometimes. 2,000 because there's people that come through here all the time, and they either stay or they go or they disappear.
So I'm assuming with 800 people, there's already limited time and space for people to go in and get the services they need. But especially if they're closed during the days, that's even more people who aren't getting what they need.
Right. They started well, first time my stuff got taken was at Housing Matters. I had a backpack full of stuff, and they had the black mold in the showers and shut the showers down, so you had to shower in a trailer. And the ISIS, the lady at the counter said, you have to put your backpack in the locker or you can't take a shower. So I put it in, when I came out, my backpack was gone. My laptop, my phones, my girlfriend's ID. She was an immigrant from Chile, and that cost her life. I mean, not having her ID, being able to get food stamps and general relief, which they make you pay back, which is it's crooked, man. It's so corrupt. It's like you gotta work harder to be homeless and survive than you do to have a life in a house and survive. It's ridiculous. Like I said, everybody's in survival mode. The things that people have done to me here, I gotta forgive them because they don't even know. They're just trying to live in a country that's supposed to be better than this. Absolutely. I grew up growing up in middle class home. You know, both my parents worked, and I had Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that. And it seems like there's so much cost and burden on the people of this nation. It's ridiculous. It's just unnecessary, and there's so many facets taking advantage of our systems, and we just got to stop, press pause, and say, what is going on? And if it's upside down, which I think it is, I think the whole world's in the same collective conscious where things aren't right, and we're not happy, and we got to have something good happen, not something bad. I'm not sick of waiting for the bad to happen. I want something really good to happen for America, in the world, so that people start living again, start loving again, start helping each other again. Because this is ridiculous. We need every bit of help we can get, and it's still not enough. It's up to the people. It's not up to the corporations. It's up to the homeless industrial complex. Because they're going to screw us. I tried to go to that NIA, National Alliance for Homelessness conference, leadership conference in San Diego last month, or the beginning of this month. And for a table in the auditorium was $10,000. For a $100,000 donation, I could have my ad up on the screen, a place in their executive lounge, and special perks. It's like, that isn't about homelessness. You know, I'd like to see Caleb go on the air once for 1 year and say, I would just want to see what God would do for us for a year. We're not going to have a pledge drive. You know, you hear it every year, they're always asking for money. Less and less people are giving money because they give it to the wrong places. You know, well, I gave it there, I gave it there. And what do they do with it? Oh, we got to make a bigger building. Well, you're not helping people make bigger buildings. You know, there's a lot of buildings that are empty. And there's houses that are empty. And there's people dying because they don't have a house. They can't keep their stuff safe. They can't keep their family and their children safe. And I don't know, but George Mason, first governor of Virginia, said that he helped James Madison write the Bill of Rights, and that all men and women are endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That was edited by James Madison when George Mason wouldn't sign the Constitution because he said the government would get too big. It's got to be the people. The person is more important than the industry, more important than the dollar. You know, I mean, it's common sense. We have to take care of our own.
Yeah, and speaking of, you know, taking care of your own, how has like organization or nonprofits like Food Not Bombs helped you out in times of sweeps? I understand that they help replace a lot of the things.
Yeah. There's a lot of love here in Santa Cruz because the Bible says where wickedness abounds, grace increases. I'm a believer in the Bible. And there's a lot of love here and goodness here. And I think there's a lot more, but they're just like, they're kind of like stifled. They're like trying to be quiet for some reason, and they need to be loud. We need to be loud like the No Kings protest yesterday, because homelessness is just a stain on America. They don't like it. The only way to fix it is to care more.
Absolutely.
Care more.
I agree with you. And
I've been around the nation. In the last year, I went to Phoenix, I went to Tucson, I went to Las Vegas, I went to Los Angeles, I went to San Diego, and everywhere I went, it seems like it's the same thing. And it's like the one thing every community is about the homeless population and trying to pay to take care of us. Well, if they sat down and everybody got it right and got rid of the fake stuff, and people really started caring for each neighbor, then we wouldn't have it. We could eradicate it. And if we eradicated it in America and build my monument, put my markers and have my concert, man, that the whole world could have a change of heart. I think the whole world could, really realize that it's important.
Absolutely. And you say you lost your wife out here.
my fiance.
Your fiance.
Loretta
Excuse me.
Giselle Marks.
You know, you have this sign. Can you tell us a little bit about just your foundation?
Okay, so I'm starting a foundation called the Infinite Light of Love Foundation. I haven't incorporated yet, lack of funds, and I need funds. I also have, it's for infinity markers to go where anybody dies inadvertently on American soil. They get a marker like that, a brass plate with two markers, two crystals and an infinity symbol. And it says where they're from, a picture, what date they arrived, the date of loss, just to commemorate that someone took their last breath, a human being took their last breath here. And if anybody that ever knew them said, what happened to that person, they can come there and see that, oh, there they are. This is where they left the land of the living. And like, I don't know, to me it's something that needs to happen because it's just a start in a three-phase vision that I have that can reset the world, that can reset hearts and minds toward love instead of hate. I mean, even this war, these stupid wars that they're doing, and, you know, we're going to bomb Iran because it's a threat. It didn't do anything to anybody at first, and then when we started attacking them, they attacked us. And now we got threats of terrorist attacks on our country. So it's like, what are you trying to provoke something to happen to us? I love America the way it is. I don't want it to be run by martial law or run by a dictator president who can't be fired because of a war. You know, forget this. I mean, I think all the military should just stand down and say, you know what, we're not going to go hurt people because you say so. No people should hurt people. Cause no harm, no loss. That's what George Mason said. Oh, life, liberty, and the protection of property and a family, loved ones, and livestock. That's what he wrote. And that's intended to happen.
Man, you're awesome. You're a natural on camera. Thank you so much. You're going to be on TV tonight at 6 o'clock. You can find it anytime online as well.
It's called the Infinite Light of Love Foundation. There's a website's already up, and you can put stories of your loved ones if you've lost them.
I'm going to take a picture.
There. My email is on there. Lots of fun to get going. I need a board, but I'm going to do it. It's something that's beyond my control now. With the website up, even if something happened to me, this is a foundation. It's a legacy movement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people like care.
Thank you.
There's stories out there that are beyond my horror. And that's what I've called my life now since I got here.
Wow.
I wanted to read this in to you.
Come on, Senator.
It says, my name is Troy Mason, reaching out to mission that sits at the intersection of compassion, national responsibility, and can you record it?
Yeah, do it. Start over.
Transformation. I'm building a national stirring and restoration of goodness and kindness throughout America and the rest of the world. My three-phase vision is inspired and destined to create a more beneficial legacy for every living person. It all begins with the Infinite Light of Love Foundation, infinity marker-driven movement dedicated to honoring every human being who dies inadvertently on American soil with commemorative plaque. Is to enter the information into our database and request an infinity marker. I've already designed and prototyped within months of seed grant. In fact, I've entered the first 3 infinity markers to replace the very spots very dear friends of mine died inside Santa Cruz, California. The second and third phases are audience and articulation. I have this in spades. We can really turn the tide of hopelessness to a second breath, and we can truly impact the peoples of the world's hearts. An incredible concert called 77 on 7, nicknamed C-Stock, and finally a beautiful clear composite sculpture of a white hole type form is a national memorial to honor the lives we've lost on the streets of America. Their names being etched into the vortex surface, discs, unhoused American who has died on our streets since 2000, and mobilizing the nation to ensure it never continues. Our flagship initiative is a monument scale crystal sculpture, 33, well, it's actually infinity markers, 30 feet tall, going in vertical beam, etched names of all lost lives. It is a national statement of remembrance and unity, engineered to shift public consciousness and activate long-term engagement. The memorial is only the anchor. The broader initiatives, the concert, 77 on 7, Infinity Markers, a national narrative project titled The Light for the Forgotten, and strategic partnerships across human rights, tech, art, and civic engagement. This is a movement designed to create cultural lift, operational clarity, and national momentum. I'm seeking partnership from leaders who understand that structural change starts with visibility and collective will. Your alignment financially, strategically, or through public endorsement would create immediate catalytic impact. If you're open to conversation and willing to make a contribution, best for startup and liftoff would be at least by June 7th is the anniversary of my fiance's passing behind the tannery on the levee, and I want to have the candlelight ceremony for June 7th at 8 p.m. at night, where the first infinity mark will go into the ground there. To get the Common Council's approval in that and get it done, but that's my hope to have that. If not, I'm just going to have the candlelight vigil to kick off my infinity marker thing, and I'm hoping to have a prototype by then. Lift off, anything would be incredibly good. Thank you for becoming a partner and making the world better with crystal clear results, and welcome the opportunity to connect. My timeline accelerated. Even have a short introductory call would be invaluable. With appreciation, Infinite Light of Love Foundation, and I can be reached at starheartsoflove@proton.me.
Those are beautiful words, man. Those are beautiful words. You said June 7th?
June 7th at 8 p.m.
Awesome.
Right behind the tannery. It's about 30 feet from 17 on the levee.
Alrighty. Yeah, well, I'll remember that.
Thank you very much.
In case we want to, cover the kickoff of the foundation.
Thank you.
I'd really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us.
It's urgent, man. It's we need help. It's because I hope it doesn't increase. I hope we could make it decrease.
Absolutely. It's been a long-standing issue.
Banks, man, they're just taking advantage of our government, taking advantage of people or something because of people having more money than they know what to do with. They can't even spend all their money.
I know.
And why do it's ridiculous.